your drama queen, and welcome to the drama castle. Overheard them mention hater, not a pretty word like moist or moisture. Wanna quit, but you know I'm a soldier. Try to get me out, you know it's game over. Say it's toxic, chaotic, unhealthy. Always play my cards right, don't test me. I'm not here to play nice, no I can't be. And if you're trying to stop me, that's a guarantee. Too many people try to get me out, and it worked for a second, but I'm back now, better than ever. Welcome to the drama castle. I am your drama queen, and welcome to the drama castle. You try to stop me, but you can't. Too many people try to stop me, but you can't. You can't.
Bro, I know. This just hit me. It was posted an hour ago, and I just checked my messages. I said, oh boy, we gotta talk about this one. We gotta talk about this one real quick, cause ain't no way this just happened, y'all. Woo wee. So, listen, man. I'm gonna just say this. We're gonna take these allegations with a grain of salt because there are two sides to every story. I'm not gonna accuse Keemstar or his fiance of anything. We're gonna react to what just dropped, and I'm gonna say this now. And I'm going to say that I said this a while back when Becky Boop uh made the essay allegations against her ex. I said, man, I hope to God one day no woman comes out and does this to Keemstar. I said this back then. I said, I hope to God that nobody does this to Keemstar so he can understand how fucked up it was that they monetized Becky making essay claims against her ex-man. And yet here we are, folks. Here we fucking are. Ooh, so I don't know if you guys remember with the whole situation recently with the local universe stuff where they fired Savage, and I guess somebody called into Madhouse, right, and made claims about Keem's fiance, right, which set Keem off. He was so pissed off that he canceled the show Madhouse for allowing the person to call in and say stuff about Keem's fiance. Now I was with him on that one, like, yeah, can we all just leave Keem's fiance alone? The issue really was that they accused somebody from Savage's camp, one of Savage's buddies, of being the one that called into the show. It was actually this guy right here. He actually came to the chat a few days ago, said he had proof of what he claimed when he called into the Madhouse on that stream that day. And you know, he added me on Discord, and I was waiting, and even Lunchbox, one of my moderators here, said, yeah, nothing came from this dude. Nothing came out from this dude. Well, here we are. This is what he has. And I started watching this, and no, hell no, we doing this shit live. We doing this shit live, y'all. So this is, what's his name? It says here, the title says, Keemstar's wife SA'd Wonder Woman. Like, oh boy, the rabbit hole. By the way, thank you for becoming a new member. Appreciate you. Thank you so much, DJ Direwolf. Appreciate you. What happened? Better late than never. Is that Dr. Disrespect's cousin? I don't know, but like, this is crazy. So we're gonna react to this and see what we got going on here. All right.
Hello, Blind Justice here. And I am the guy who got the Lolcow Madhouse removed. My voice, this is me. Breaking news, I'm editing this tonight. But first, I'm going to show you this clip here. 3, 2, 1, let's get right into the news.
There's a couple of saucy ones, and one I'm going to say because it's. I was put in a very compromising situation at Fat Camp.
By who?
Can you hear me?
Oh, you lagged out a little
Yeah.
bit. You're back. You're frozen.
We
but
can
you're
hear you
back.
now.
What
like, is
did
that
you
me?
hear? What did
You
you
were,
hear?
you
were
were put in a
put-
compromising situation, and then that was it. Like someone trying to get you to stop saying it.
And I said
Oh
who?
shit!
It made me feel very uncomfortable, and only myself and the other person know, and I'm not naming names.
Okay.
But I was taken into a bathroom
Uh-oh.
with somebody, a
Uh-oh.
female.
Uh-oh.
It wasn't a male, it was a female. And she was taking photos of me. You know, we were taking photos together, fully dressed. And then this female was trying to get me to take my clothes off.
First of all, Wonder Woman, I'm sorry that this has happened to you. That is seriously messed up that someone would try to sexualize you in a manner that you are not comfortable with. Let's keep watching.
Take
Do
photos.
they still work in the LCU, or do they work in the LCU?
No.
Did they work in the LCU?
No.
Oh god, I
Well,
have
first-
suspicions, but I don't want to say them out loud.
Happy that you felt safe enough here on Aussie to talk about what happened to you. I
Yes.
do think that if that did happen, you should probably talk to Keem.
Before we get into this, my thing is like, why can't people just say names? Why can't people just say names? At this point, if you're going onto a public space and making accusations, just say a name, you know? That's my thing. It's like you're trying, I understand, but like if it's involving Keem and it's involving the person that is going to be speculated here, because I'm just going to say it, they're basically saying that this was Brantley. Brantley was the one who did it. Brantley being Keem's fiance. Now again, I don't know. I'm playing this because it's information and I'm giving my take on it, right? It's out there, it's public now. This is like crazy because like I said, at the end of the day, my point with this and reacting to it is I don't know the truth. Only people who know the truth are who are there, right? But there are a few things I will say is I literally said this when Becky Boop made the SA accusations on her ex. I said, I hope this never happens to Keemstar. And here we are. What's the accusation? Well, she's saying that when she was at fat camp, she was pulled into a bathroom by a female and they were taking pictures fully clothed. And at one point, the female asked, was basically wanting her to get unclothed. That's what the accusation is so far in the video. So thank you for the 99-cent super sticker, Momoon. I appreciate it. So that's where we're at.
No, I'm not going to bother Keem about it. It was.
I think Keem would
fine.
want to know.
I think
handled
he
it.
would
I
want
think Keem would want to know. And I
Well,
think
especially if they're still orbiting the LCU, he'd probably want to know.
if I was Keem, I would want to know.
I mean, especially if they
I'm
get
just-
invited to another event, right?
True.
I guess the moral of the story is just be careful wherever you go. You know, careful your surroundings. Try not to put yourself in a situation where But for me, it's like I'm very trustworthy. Do you know what I mean? And I'm learning to not do that so easily. If you know what I'm saying. And who you're around.
It is.
Yeah.
It is
And-
very
and
hard to say
drinking.
the story without
And-
without dropping the
No,
name
but-
though.
No,
Right.
no, but that's my choice. That's my choice whether I do or not, right? But
I know.
I mean, it is her choice. I understand, but it's also kind of like if you're going to come forward, you might as well just say who it was, because if that's the case, like now it's just kind of like now no one who's around this will know. She said the woman wasn't on any of the streams. Brantley was. No, she said that this not somebody who works in the LCU specifically, is not part of the locale universe, which Brantley is not technically part of the universe. Yes, she's been on a few streams, but she's not a host. She's not active there. And I'm saying this is what's being speculated based on what Wonder Woman is saying. Again, I don't know if that's who she's referring to. I'm just saying that's what other people are speculating. It could be somebody else, but we don't know. I don't know who all was there at Fat Camp that wasn't on screen personally. I don't know. Maybe there's some people there who weren't, but I'm just saying that this is what's being alleged. And again, the main point of this, of me covering it, is to put out the point of like, hey, Keemstar, maybe this is why you don't let people, you don't monetize SA allegations against somebody else, because I hope this doesn't happen to you. And here we are. Here we are with an accusation involving Keemstar and potentially his fiance, which again, and I saw some people in the comments and people reacting to this and saying like, looking back at Lynx's conversation that Lynx leaked and all this stuff. So they're all trying to put the pieces together. But again, I'm just reacting to this and saying like, I don't know if this is true. She's not saying names. People are going to speculate, obviously, of who it is. I see a lot of people leaning towards Keem's fiance. Again, I don't know. But this is what I'm saying. Maybe let's not monetize people who work me. Let's not monetize SA when we have no evidence that somebody was SA'd and coming from a known liar like Becky Boop. I mean, this is just where we're at, dude. Let's see. Oh shit, late night stream. Yes, it is late night stream. And this is another thing that I am having issues with is it's being broadcast on one of Keemstar's shows. This is what's weird about this whole thing is it's being broadcast on one of Keemstar's shows.
I'm just saying it puts everyone else in a more worse situation because now everyone that was there is going to be looked at like, were you the fucking weirdo? Do you know what I mean? So you should probably still tell Keem about it.
You have to tell Keem.
I agree.
Because it's a safety issue to other people. What if I bring my wife to the next live event?
True.
Yeah.
That's not something anybody should have to worry about. And it sucks that it happened to you. And it sucks that.
Hey, if your wife's not blonde, I think you're fine, bro.
It just fucking sucks. And it sucks it's in your court to continue it onward. And I know that that's a pain in the ass. And that's the reason a lot of people don't come forward at all is because once you come forward, you still have more work to do. But I'm proud of you, Wonder Woman.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for having the personal strength and courage to come up here and say it. Thank you so much. But you don't have to tell us. Keem should know for everybody's safety.
Yeah. And he's going to know, like,
he's going to know. He's going to find out now.
Yeah.
And everyone's already like fucking speculating, right? Like Zeta just typed for 10, fuck every one of you that typed my name, right? So literally every woman that does it, I know that, and you said no, but every woman that was there that's not a host and never worked for the LCU, they're going to be like, it was this person, it was this person.
Yeah.
Right. And at that point, it's like, my thing is like, again, I understand why people don't want to name names. They're afraid of the repercussions. But it's like, if you are going to come forward and tell the story publicly and not talk to Keemstar privately and then you're going to do it on public space and not say who it is, it's just gonna add chaos. And now everyone's going to be looking at this and saying, well, was it Brantley? Is it Zeta? Is it this person? Was it Xylee? Was it this person? Because there were a lot of people there. This is why it's like, I wish you would have just said who it was that did this. Because it would just be like, it's out there. Keem is going to be aware. And if you don't want to talk about it publicly, you should have went to Keemstar. I do agree with that. You should have went to Keemstar if this happened, where Keemstar organized all of this. Regardless of who it was, you should have went to Keemstar. So that's kind of just what I think should have happened. Did this happen around Glamby's wedding too? I don't know. They just said that they were at Fat Camp. So I'm sitting here like, oh, you just should have went to fucking Keemstar then.
It was this person. Do you know what I mean? So you have to tell them.
Okay, I'll take that on board. But, for me, it's like, we can coast up drama and things like that, right? We're, this is a drama community, but sometimes it's good to actually talk about things that actually happen to you in real life, right? And talk about these things together and how
no, for sure
goes through those things, right? So
yeah, that secret wasn't drama. That secret was you got fucked over, and somebody probably needs to pay for that, or at least be not fucking around anymore for that to happen again.
So
again, before Xylee goes off, because Xylee makes just pretty much the same point I'm making, right? Is like, I don't understand why this is being put on the Lolcal Aussies channel that Keemstar runs. Remember, don't forget, Keemstar canceled the show because this guy called in and made accusations against Brantley. Right? He mentioned Brantley and made a claim about Brantley, and Keem lost his shit and canceled the show. I would think that this should be on the same level. Why did this happen? Right? Why is this being allowed to said? If Keem caught wind of this being said, should have been shut down. He should have reached out to Wonder Woman, been like, who was it? Who did this? So I don't know, man. This is so weird.
So you're not going to bring something about sexual harassment to Keem, but you're going to say it publicly in front of everybody so everybody else can take it to Keem, right?
Right. I agree.
I didn't ask for anyone to take it to Keem.
Yeah, but you're still stating it publicly in front of, I don't know how many people are here. How many people are here? 1,256 people. So you know they're going to take it to Keem.
Right. Right. I kind of.
But they can't. Agree. The answer comes from me, who it was.
Yes, but why even speak about it if you're not willing to tell the whole story then?
I will tell this. I'm not going to tell the whole story on live. I'll go.
Well, then why even mention it?
Do you have a problem that I did?
Yeah, actually I do.
Tell me
because
why,
that's
Violet.
like because it starts shit when you do that. If you're not willing to say the whole thing, then don't say anything and just go to Keem with it. You know what I mean? Because if somebody did that, of course you should. You know, obviously it's wrong if somebody did something like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that part, but what I'm saying is you giving something a little bit like kind of dangling it in front of people, but then not telling the whole story and saying you're not going to go to Keem with it. Now the Discord's going to be filled with people going, okay, who sexually harassed Wonder Woman?
I didn't say I did.
I'm sorry. I have to agree. As somebody who has covered people who've done things to women, right? Women in their community or whatever. We've seen it many times, and it still like baffles me that like people just they say it. It's like you might as well just you were brave enough to talk about it here. You might as well just go 100%. You're basically giving like 50% and letting people speculate, and that's gonna cause chaos. You know what I'm saying? That's going to cause chaos because, like everyone said, yes, now everyone's going to be pointing fingers. Well, Xylee is a female. She was there. Did she do it? Oh, this woman was there. Did Savage do it? Was Savage the one who did it? Now everyone's going to be speculating on who did it. Now people are going to come up with conspiracy theories and be like, maybe that's why Savage got fired. Maybe it was Savage who did that to her. You know what I'm saying? So now we don't know who did it. And you're basically leaving up to the internet to interpret it, which is the wrong thing to do because now there are going to be people who are going to get falsely accused left or right. Yes, you should have went to Keem before you even spoke about this. You could have went to Keem. At least you could have said, yes, I went to Keem, and either Keem didn't do shit, and that's why you came out and spoke about it, or you went to Keem and Keem would have done something, you know? But at the end of the day, Keemstar, this is why I had issues with Becky making essay claims and you guys monetizing it, because God forbid somebody did this shit to you. And I don't want that. I don't want people to falsely accuse people of fucking shit that they didn't do. But here we are. Here we are.
I wasn't going to go to Keem with it. The Steak and Rasov just said you should go to Keem with it. So, yes, I will.
Yeah.
You did say no.
Okay.
You said,
At first I did, but we talked about it, right?
Yeah.
And that's
no, just don't say we you know, that you, yeah, because you did initially say no. You said yes now, but initially you said no.
Yes. Is there something wrong with it? I didn't want to bother Keem.
Starting a story like that and then not saying, you know what I'm saying? Like it starts shit. Either like what? Go.
It's like it makes more sense maybe this way. It's a company event and something bad happened at the company event, so the company owner needs to know who not to invite or like who to, you know.
Sure, 100%. Yeah.
Because it could happen again to someone else that's not as strong as you, right?
Yeah.
And the reason why I didn't is because I didn't want to bother Keem.
But you don't think it bothers Keem by saying it live on air?
Right.
That bothers Keem. That's going to bother Keem.
Right.
Okay,
by saying it live on air is going to bother Keem.
Right.
Okay, Xylee, I've heard what you've had to say and I'm learning. So that's fine. Thank you. Came up, I said what I said. Why are you attacking me for that? I've listened to what you've had to say. I said no at first. I said no that I didn't because I didn't want to bother Keem. And we've talked about it on panel, and now I've said, yes, I will. Thank you. Okay, Siley,
Billy-
stop.
See, this is the thing that I can understand where Xylee and everybody's coming from, because, like, again, this is no offense to woman, but I think Keem would be less bothered about you telling him about something that happened at his event. Okay, an event that he set up, invited everyone there, paid for some people to be there. I'm pretty sure it wouldn't be bothering him to say, hey, this uncomfortable thing happened with me and this female that was at the event, because that is something that he wouldn't want to come out publicly like this. He'd rather handle it in-house so it doesn't come out. At least I would hope. I would hope that Keem would have some morals with that and handle it then and there. And yeah, I just think that should happen. I guess it's just so fucking crazy. This potentially serious is what you this is potentially serious. This is what you bother Keem about. I agree. 100%. This is serious. You're saying that somebody sexually harassed you at this event. Right under Keem's nose. So I think that I understand why people are like, bro, why are you making this public right now? This seems like a serious situation that you should be talking to Keemstar about.
Stop laughing.
Let's go in the other studio. No, because you do not understand what I'm saying. You don't. Do you think? Okay, you didn't take it to him because you don't want it to bother him, but it's going to bother him that you're saying this live on air.
Yeah, that's also true.
I understand what you're saying. I've said it live on here. I can't take it back.
Oh my God, this is why some people should not be content
I know
creators.
you don't like me. I know you don't like me.
I like you, Wonder Woman.
I've clearly heard what you've had to say, Silas. Don't laugh at me.
I'm just here for the photo op. I like you, Wonder Woman. I hope
not.
You're doing okay, and I hope whoever it was that it was not intentionally devious. It sucks that you felt that way. That really sucks. We were all supposed to be there to be comfortable, and I'm sorry you felt uncomfortable.
I'm sorry to have done this on Aussie. I've taken everything you've said back. On board. Talk to me, you guys. I feel uncomfortable. Please talk.
You're okay.
Oh, so it wasn't a person that is a hired member of Keemstar. Who could it be, I wonder? It's not an employee of Keemstar. Rastoff just said they're going to think you didn't want to go to Keemstar for a different reason. And that is the absolute truth. For any of you who are not familiar, all you have to do is go listen to the 3-hour audio recording with Lynx and Keemstar, where Keemstar literally talks about how he wants to have a threesome with Lynx and Brentley, and how Brentley and him do this quite often. And how they've done it before. It's literally said in the audio clip from Lynx and Keemstar, which I'm so glad that Lynx recorded. So I think that it's Brentley, but there's no evidence that Brentley would do something like that. That was just hearsay talking between two drunk people, right? Wait a second. There actually is evidence that Brentley has done stuff like this before and wanted stuff like this to happen at Fat Camp. Enjoy. I'll meet you at the end of the 4-minute clip.
This occasion, you crushed. You did crush.
I did have a different outfit before, but it didn't show enough of my boobies. So
I'm a trashy club
That's
girl.
some jerk.
rude. Oh my gosh, free foot pick.
No, stop saying that.
That's weird.
Why are you saying that? You don't.
Why was I here?
To the females that send me nudes in the Discord, that's fine, but no dicks.
But like, I look at them and I review them and make sure that it's nice. Just letting you know.
So with Brantley, right? Obviously, she's like smoking hot, right? Whatever, like whatever. You get a 10. Yay! Congratulations, you have an eating disorder.
I want to make a tape with Keem, and he doesn't want to make one with me.
Please, man, come on.
What if it's on
Internet
your
Brantley?
control? Like, what if it's like just you do it and then you have it for your thing? Because like, you know, corn. So why not just corn me?
Okay,
Brantley, you're wild. You need to settle.
Why not?
you're a bad
It'll
girl.
be so hot.
If Brantley and
You
Keem
will
make a porn and I watch it, I'm not going to get canceled for it. Like that one dude.
I just want to point out the Brantley and Keem open relationship type stuff. And when I say open relationship, I mean that it's not a secret that they mess around with other people. Again, what happens between consenting adults happens between consenting adults. I personally don't give a fuck. It was nothing caught on film to verify said allegations. Of course not, because how do most of these times when these allegations come out, there's never evidence. You don't expect to be sexually harassed or expect to be SA'd, right? So they're not sitting there with a body cam on 24/7 to catch people in the act. Like I said, what Wonder Woman's accusation is a female who is not part of the locale universe pulled her into the bathroom at Fan Camp. They were taking pictures fully clothed, nothing crazy, just taking pictures together like, people do. And then at one point, the female was trying to get Wonder Woman to take her clothes off. That is what the allegations are. And basically what this video is trying to imply is that it's possible that the person in question was Keem's fiance, Brantley, based on the fact that Brantley and Keem are very open about the fact that they do have, sexual relations with other women, which again is their right. It is their business. It doesn't make them bad, crazy people. It just means that they're have an open relationship. Grace was not there. I don't think it was Grace. I don't think it was Grace. If it was, I would imagine. See, here's the reason why I think they're leaning towards Brantley, because if it was anyone else there, I don't think Wonder Woman would have an issue going to Keem about it. But if it was somebody that Keem was connected to very closely, I could see her not wanting to say something about it. But we don't know, right? There's an unknown. I'm covering this because, like I said, I'm curious about what the accusations are. And of course, the issue at hand is like, because Wonder Woman's not naming names, now it's up for interpretation. See, we got people chat. Was it Grace Thorpe because she showed up on a bike? Was it Savage? Was it any other woman that was moderately attractive? Was it Beans? Like, now nobody fucking knows who the fuck it is. And that's what the problem is.
For one, they won't. For one, they won't, because Keem is in charge. For two, I would watch it too.
Okay, I'm drunk because I'm tempted to say some dumbass shit.
Pictures of his
I know I should not say.
And he get canceled for it. I'm like, fuck you, dude. You allowed that to happen.
You will not sexually exploit me.
Locale OnlyFans.
Locale corn. Our next new show.
Get more money on the hub. Stop going to the club.
So Psycho Mom, I love you, and I'm just letting you know I have a support beam in our basement. And I can bring it for if you need.
That's true.
That's very true.
Maybe it's
Brantley made me set up a stripper pole in my house, and I had to tell my nephews and nieces that it was a support beam.
I think that the Airbnb is gonna want both of our support beams there. They're probably gonna need that.
Yeah.
Who knows?
A stripper pole is psycho.
I didn't even look up moves, and I just taught myself some new shit. Like, I didn't look up.
You are a freak. This woman maybe put up a fucking stripper pole, and she was fucking, dude. She should have been in the goddamn circus. That was insane. What is wrong with you?
He was like, "Were you a stripper?" And I was
Brantley,
like,
can you do the upside down?
Anybody after us, right?
And Becky was saying something. Not
Get out of here! Stop, bro. I'm public.
I just want to say, just a family announcement. I peed in the snow barefooted.
Fuck you.
Nice family announcement.
Because you really did do that.
Awesome.
And fuck you for telling everyone.
100%
Fucking awesome.
If you haven't peed in the snow, are you a person? Like,
I mean,
everybody pees in the
honestly,
snow
like,
eventually.
it's right here, right?
Get down. No, not you. Down there. Down there on the floor.
Oh my god. Gotta take one
Fucking
more shot.
freaks.
Yeah,
this
of course,
woman.
baby.
Keem is disgusting. He makes me act like this.
That's not true. I keep you in line. I keep you classy like a woman. You're the one I want to be around.
What are you doing?
You want to go?
Kim! Kim!
What the fuck's
Let me
doing?
talk. Becky,
Kim!
Becky, no, shut up, Psycho Mom.
Don't listen to this bitch.
The water's gonna be too cold unless you use electricity.
I don't care. Listen.
Please call the trouble.
If Psycho
Brantley
Mom-
has to be in a bikini too.
Oh, I definitely am. I found a really good one. It's fucking hot. But I'm telling you right now, if it's cold, I don't care if Psycho Mom is in a bikini.
Okay, stop. Okay, look. At the end of the day.
Wait, does that mean we're just walking around naked?
At
Me and
point-
Brantley just
at that
walking
point,
around naked?
I believe in Adam and Eve.
We will no longer be live at that moment. I can tell you that. Sorry to let you guys down, but it is Fat Camp, and we need
girl.
to follow TOS. But here's the
Why
thing.
would Wonder Woman feel uncomfortable talking to Keemstar about this? Because maybe this is their MO. They try to go out and get other women for threesomes, and Wonder Woman wasn't having it, and neither was Lynx. So now there's egg on your face twice, Keemstar. And this one's on Brentley because Brentley was trying to sexually exploit an employee of yours, just like you tried to sexually exploit Lynx by offering her a show back in exchange for quote unquote sexual favors with you and Brentley, which by the way, that was totally implied by the video. If she was still an active employee of yours at the time when that happened, oh my God, that breaks so many fucking laws. It's unreal. Keemstar, you, sir, are a predator. And unfortunately, so is Brentley. So you two probably are made to be together. Both of you independently have tried to sexually exploit people. Now go ahead and sweep this under the rug, Boogie and Billy the Fridge. And Xylee, shame on you. Did you just see that? Xylee didn't care about who it was. She cared about how Keemstar would feel about this, because she already was trying to do damage control because she knew. Obviously, Rastov hinted that it was the boss's wife. And Xylee says some people shouldn't be entertainers. Why? Because they want to be honest when they were trying to be sexually exploited.
Okay. So, yeah, this wasn't the time, Jillykins. This is not the time for that, but I appreciate you. So like here's my thing, right? Oh boy. See, it's like I get where this guy's coming from to an extent, right? And I'm not sweeping for anyone. I know it's going to sound like a sweep, but I do understand where Zai's coming from because there is a level of frustration when it comes to accusations like this and people are like afraid to come forward. I had to deal with that when I covered Andy Signor. You know, there were a lot of people who came forward, a couple of people who came forward that told their stories, had evidence to back it, and we covered it, right? But there were a lot more people who came forward and just they wanted to remain anonymous. And it was kind of just like, I wish y'all just wouldn't be afraid to just say it, because at the end of the day, if it's true, like, what are these people really going to do? Like, what is the repercussions of Keemstar really like doing anything? Because if he did act on something, if it was actually in fact his fiance and he acted on it, like, you could file a lawsuit 100%, especially if you were basically quote employed by Keemstar, right? So I would say that blaming people for kind of reacting like that, like I reacted like that with Becky's SA allegations, just because like you can't just make an accusation and have like really nothing. Like, you're not even saying a name. So it does make people at this point question things, right? And obviously it's hard for people who are close to the person being accused to just easily believe it, because as far as they know, either they do know what's going on and they can sweeping. I'm not saying that's not possible, that Xylee and Billy and all those people are sweeping for Keem, and it's possible, but there's also, on the other hand, like, we don't know. We have no fucking idea. No idea. You know, and as far as like the pattern behavior, again, it's really not a secret, and there's nothing wrong with Keemstar and Brantley having the relationships they have. Again, as long as it's consenting adults. With the Wonder Woman situation, it's not sounding like it was consenting. Wonder Woman saying she was uncomfortable, but there are so many fucking questions, unanswered questions. Like, I think that she should have said a name, and I don't think she should have made it public. I think she should have went to Keem and discussed this to Keem. And if Keem didn't do anything, then it makes sense, you know, definitely come forward. I mean, there's no guidelines when this shit happens. I understand people just react at the moment. I'm not trying to victim blame here, but I'm just saying that this is why it's so important, people. If something happens to you, please speak up. Please don't be afraid. You know, you will have people who have your back. As long as you're telling the truth, you have nothing to fear. You know, people are so afraid that people won't believe them, and then this stuff happens, and you're just sitting here like, this is why it makes it difficult for other people to believe you, because too many people have falsely accused people of things, and now here we are, right? Do I think this is believable? Again, I don't know. I really don't know. I would hope not, but the thing is, I don't know. But like I said in the beginning, Keemstar, you let Becky monetize her essay allegations, which again, true or not, probably wasn't the best thing to do. I understand where Keemstar was coming from as well. Like, what kind of person would I look like if I, didn't let somebody who's an actual victim speak? And I'm just like, yeah, but like, you didn't have to let her do on your platform. Becky had her own platform to do it. And, she was caught in a lot of lies when that shit came out, which made it very hard to believe. And plus, Becky is a perpetual fucking liar. And then, of course, don't forget, we have Keemstar in a call saying, like, he didn't believe Becky's accusations. So, I mean, Keem, I said it. I called it back then. I said, God, I hope no one does this to you, Keemstar. I hope no one comes out and accuses you of being a predator or anything like that. And here we are. Posted a fucking hour ago of you being accused of something. It's almost like I'm fucking calling this shit. I'm not even trying to. It's just so fucking painfully obvious that this shit was going to fucking happen. And I really don't know if it's true, and I really hope it's not. But again, it's just like, what the fuck, man?
By someone's wife who is famous on the internet? No, that's them telling their truth, Xylee. You lost all of my respect today because you were more worried about covering the brand than you were about someone who was sexually exploited by someone who's in a position of power over them. Xylee, you're trash for doing that. And you owe every woman who's ever been sexually assaulted an apology for taking that stance of job over sexual freedom, over sexual protection. That is disgusting. And I guarantee you that Keemstar knew about this. Wonder Woman, don't let them pressure you into changing what actually happened. You tell your truth and you hold on to your truth. Don't let people who try to sexually exploit others get away with it, because that's when that happens, they do it again. They tried to do it with links, got leaked.
You know what's sad, Jillykins? That's the saddest part about all of this, right? Is like, you don't know what's true and what's fucking bullshit anymore with this fucking show. That's the fucked up part. Like, there's a lot of fucked up shit that goes on in this entire universe, and you just don't know what's real and what's fake anymore because there's too much fucking fake shit that goes on that you just don't know. Do I think this is real? I fucking don't know, and it sucks that I have to say that. It sucks that I have to say that. Because I want to believe when a woman is been exploited and stuff. I want to believe that, but we unfortunately live in a day and age where too many fucking fake people and too many dishonest women and men will go out there and make accusations, and you're just sitting there like, bro, and it's like, how the fuck do you prove something that happened where nobody else was there? There were no fucking cameras, there's no fucking conversations being leaked, that like, it's just right now it's hearsay. Like, this guy, I give him props. It's nice that he cares. There are people who just don't give a fuck and will just ignore it. All the people that supported fucking Becky with her essay allegations, but it's just crazy. And before anyone calls me a hypocrite for not believing Becky's essay allegations, it's not because I don't, because I'm biased. It's really because there was not enough evidence. I was there in the fucking Discord when those essay allegations came out. That shit came out of fucking nowhere. And the fucking math wasn't math. And if you actually look at Becky's fucking story, nothing makes sense. She says she didn't go to the cops because the cops didn't do anything. And I say this, please don't use that as a fucking excuse. Ladies, men, please hear me when I say this. Even if you believe the cops won't do anything, even if the cops don't do something, you need to report these things, because it leaves a paper trail. Because for God forbid that person goes out and does this to somebody else, the cops will at least have a record that it happened to somebody else, and they might take it seriously the next time around. I know it sucks. The cops should always take it seriously. But again, we live in a day and age where this shit has a process, and you got to go with the process. Always report a fucking crime that happens to you. Always report a crime that happens to you. Exactly. Paper trails help with court cases. Exactly. Thank you. That's exactly why you have to report it. So that's another reason why when Becky came out, I was like, you should have just reported it, and then of course, afterwards her ex made a video saying like, Tina had said that she faked the SA thing. There are people there who, apparently knew she faked the SA thing, and it was swept under the fucking rug. You know what I'm saying? And to me, that just makes it look less believable. Like, if something happened to Becky, I don't like Becky. I can't stand fucking Becky, but the last thing I want is for anyone to SA Becky. That's fucking not cool. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't fucking celebrate that. I would not wish that on anybody, right? So I would want her to get justice if that happened to her, but it just got swept under the fucking rug. And that's the sad thing. That's the sad thing about this, is that now we have an accusation against Keemstar and his fiance, and now everyone's just gonna fucking run rampant. It's gonna be chaos because now this is out here, and now everyone's gonna fucking speculate, and that shouldn't be happening. If something happened to you, you see something, you say something. And something happens to you, say something. It's just so this whole situation's wild. And again, I get what he's saying, this blinded justice guy. I understand, like, again, I'm glad somebody cares enough to say, if this is happening, it's fucking gross, it's disgusting. I understand where his rage is. But I will say this. I'm not sweeping for Keem. Y'all already know I'm not really a fan of Keem right now. I'm not a fan of the locale universe and shit that's going on over there. But even I'm sitting here like, I understand what Xylee was saying. You should definitely fucking say something. You should definitely say something, especially to Keem. Especially to Keem. Keem should have been the first call. And then if Keem didn't do anything, 100% make it public. Okay, well, I told Keemstar what happened. He told me to go fuck myself. So now I'm going to make it public. You know what I'm saying? That, to me, that would have definitely probably got, more people looking at it like, well, Keem, you knew about this and you didn't do nothing. That's kind of crazy. Then everyone's going to be looking at Keem like, the fuck did you do? Like, why would you sweep this under the rug? So I have no idea. I really hope it's not true, because I would hope that people wouldn't do that to, people who put their trust in you. But man, this is a hot mess. This fucking locale shit's a hot mess.
Obviously, they tried to do it with you even before it happened to Lynx. Boom, that's 2 times. Guarantee you there's more. If you have been sexually exploited by Brentley or Keemstar, I want you to reach out to my email, which will be pinned in the description below. And I would love to hear your story and add it to the next video that's coming out. I'm sorry, Wonder Woman. My heart goes out to you. No one should be sexually exploited. And that is incredibly disgusting by someone who calls themselves someone who protects others, has to try to have a protective community. Protective in what manner, Keemstar? Protective for you and your brand, not for the people who are in it. As soon as they're removed from your universe, you don't care about their protection anymore. It's only whenever they ally with you, you care about their protection. You cultivated a Discord server specifically so that you can have people in there that will go with what you say and never question it in a manner that needs to be questioned. Keemstar and Brentley, you're both disgusting people. Anyone who chooses to work with these people after this and after my next video especially are also disgusting, because they're choosing a brand loyalty over sexual protection and actually protecting people, unlike Keemstar, who obviously does not protect people.
Goddamn. So this is Blinded Justice. He said he's got another video coming. And geez, man, this is a lot. Hello Dust Production for $5. What the hell? Late night exposed video. Everyone like this stream. It's not even exposed. Again, the fucking irony, right? And I fucking called this. When the SA allegations with Becky Boop happened. I literally fucking said, Keemstar, I fucking hope to God this does not happen to you. And here we are. Somebody said, somebody online called me a see you next Tuesday. Ray is a see you next Tuesday. Listen, I'm a lot of things, but I've never been accused of being a fucking predator or being sus with people. I always ask for consent. And if people say they're uncomfortable, I fucking stop. Okay? So you can call me every name in the book, but this is fucking wild. Now, again, my takeaway from is it possible something happened at Fat Cap? Sure. Is Brantley and Keem pretty open about their sexual endeavors? Yes, they are. Did Keem make comments about Link and doing a threesome with him and Brantley? Yes, he did. However, what has been missing in this whole thing is when you listen to Link's audio, Keem also was saying how Brantley really wasn't cool with Link's. She accused Link's of doxing her. I think a family member of hers or something. So I don't think that Brantley was too DTF at that time. But again, it is pretty much speculated at this point, and this guy is the one who apparently called into Madhouse that night, which got Madhouse canceled and all those people over there fired. This is a fucking mess. I don't know how Keemstar is gonna clean this up. I don't know if Keemstar is gonna react. If I was Keemstar, I probably would ignore this. I'd ignore this completely. Or he could sue the guy. Apparently they looked up who this guy was and found his number, and if you found out who he is, then you can definitely file a lawsuit against him. But I mean, I don't know what Keem's gonna say to it. I would say Keem shouldn't say anything publicly. That's my advice. If this whole situation bullshit, Keem, I mean, I'm not any legal counsel, but maybe your legal counsel, you should talk to them, because yeah, this is crazy, man. I fucking called this shit. I fucking called it. I can't believe I was right about that, man. I was not expecting anyone to actually accuse Keem of anything, but I fucking said that shit. I said, boy, you better hope nobody fucking accuses you of anything crazy, because you completely was fine monetizing fucking Becky's mouth over there. That's crazy. Fertilia says, okay, this guy needs to do more sorting on the situation to show a pattern better. I get the angle he's coming in at, but it's still vague in regards to how Wonder Woman's deal settles into things specifically. Like I said, I kind of agree, but this just came out, guys. This just came out. So I guess we'll see if he puts out a part 2, because I think this was like 2 weeks ago, maybe. I don't remember exactly the stream that I was covering. I think it was actually the stream where I was talking about Savage and the whole situation with the call. I think it was a stream where I was talking about me and Keemstar going at it, and he came in the chat and said I was the one who made the call, and then he asked to add me on Discord. I said sure, and he's like, he was saying he was going to send it to me. I said, you know what, I don't want it sent to me. You should probably just do a video, and I can react to it. But I don't want to have the video. I don't want to release it. I don't want to be the first one to release anything. I learned my lessons back in the day with the Ace Ignore shit. I'm not doing that no more. Y'all can release it. And he did. But it took him a while. And even Lunchbox, like I said, Lunchbox in my chat was like, yeah, that guy kind of, when did you say that, Lunchbox? Wasn't like the other day? Or was it today where you're like, yeah, that guy didn't put out anything. And now here we are. So he has a part 2 coming. I think he basically said that he had evidence that can confirm what he said when he called into Lolcal Madhouse, or Madhouse, whatever it was called. But we'll see. But I wanted to just fucking jump on this because I was laughing like, ha, fucking told you, Keem. I fucking said way back then that God forbid anyone accuses you, man. And here is the day. Here's the day now. Oh boy. So, how serious is he about getting Amber Lynn on? Because I think they destroy her, and she shouldn't do it, in my opinion. I don't really know much about Amber Lynn. I know that they did have Foodie Beauty on, and I was on there, and I got to shit on Foodie Beauty, which is beautiful, and then Foodie Beauty tried to basically strike my channel down. So that was fucking fun. That was fucking fun. How is Lolcal still even on? Like, who even watches and supports these garbage, boring ass shows? Apparently a lot of people. Because nobody can do any wrong over there. No one can do any wrong over there. I mean, again, I would feel really sad and very disappointed if this is all true, because I do like Brantley. I don't see her doing that, but just because I don't see her doing that, I don't know her well enough or at all really to say if she's capable of doing that or not. But I also am kind of just like sitting here like, yeah, it's kind of shitty someone made you uncomfortable, but I also am like, we're all grown adults, and I really feel like, especially in this day and age where this happens too much, women especially, please stop being afraid to say something right then and there. Please, please, just get these scummy people off these streets, And like I said, I'm not saying I don't understand why women don't do it. It does make us uncomfortable depending on the situation. We want to just let it go and move on. And then, you see it happen to other people and you're just like, fuck, maybe if I said something that wouldn't have happened to that other person. But good night, D-Day Direwolf. Much love, thank you. But it's just, oh man, it's just fucking, this whole situation is just wild. It's just fucking wild. I just have no words other than this is wild. Man, oh man. But I mean, I guess it's gonna sound kind of petty, but like, I told you so. I told you so. I fucking told you so. Man, oh man, I told you so. That's why you can't play around with these accusations, people. You really can't play around with accusations. Monetizing somebody claiming they had an essay allegation out of nowhere, bro. Like, that was kind of crazy. And I'm still sitting here till this day, still mad about it, because, like, yeah, that shit was, like, fucking not cool. That shit was not fucking cool. Dr. Disrespect's cousin over here needs to be careful of the gnome. That's wild. He has a follow-up for his video coming out, right? That's what he says. He says there's a part 2. So we'll see. We'll see what happens, I guess. We'll see what happens. Nobody on the payroll can do any wrong there. They just normalize. Yeah, that's the crazy part. That's the crazy part. Yo, somebody texted me. They're like, yo, bro, here talk about people being predators while looking like bootleg Dr. Disrespect. That's crazy. That is crazy. That's crazy. I mean, like I said, at least he cares. At least he cares, at least he cares. But we'll see what happens, man. I don't know. So what do y'all think? Y'all think there's any legitimacy to these claims? Do you think that Keemstar is gonna answer? I already see them going off on Reddit about it. Holy shit, there's people already going off on Reddit about it. Yeah, it's 2 posts posted 2 hours ago, but somebody double posting. Yep, see, this is what I'm saying. This is why women, not women, sorry, I don't know what I was saying. This is why Wonder Woman should have just said a name, right? Because now we have speculation. We have speculation here. My guess is the woman is Brantley, and Keem was having a 3-way with at Fat Camp. Brantley was on stream as she helped with the cooking while Keem got boogie drunk. This is such a bad look for Xylee. Imagine victim shaming like that. People air stuff out all the time on these shows. Xylee is right. What was the point of bringing up such a horrible situation and get people riled up? Everyone will be speculating now and say nothing. If you're going to bring it up, bring it up. If you're not, someone give me a reason for her to do that. And then somebody said Xylee is right. Here, I mean, like I said, I do agree. Xylee has points. Xylee does have points. But I think that yelling at her about it was probably a little much, because it's like, yeah, we have somebody making an accusation. I can understand the frustration, but like yelling at her, probably you didn't have to yell at her to say, listen, I understand where you're coming from, but like you probably should have went to Keem and not made this public and let Keem at least try to sort it out. And that's another reason why I'm thinking like maybe it is, maybe they are talking about Brantley, because it just makes no sense like why you would be uncomfortable to just bother Keem with this, because I feel like this is something that he should be bothered with. And if he's bothered by it, well then clearly he don't give a fuck. But I do feel like Wonder Woman should have went to Keem first, and said, hey, this is what happened at Fat Camp, and then explained why you were uncomfortable with, not saying it at the same time. Yeah, what's crazy is like that's gonna bite Xylee in the ass with this. I already see people talking about that situation, and that's one of the reasons why I'm like, Xylee, you didn't have to yell at her. You didn't have to yell at her, Xylee. You could have just told her in a calm way, like, hey, like you should have just went to Keemstar, or go to him now. Like, go to him after the stream, go to him right away and tell him what happened. So hopefully it gets sorted. But I'm curious to see what this guy's gonna put out next, because man, if there's any like truth to what he said when he called in, if he has proof of that, that's gonna be fucking wild. But I guarantee you, just like clockwork, ain't nobody really gonna care, because unfortunately, like I said, people will be allowed to fucking get away with murder and no one gives a shit. It shows every time. It shows every time this shit happens that these viewers will literally support these people no matter what they do. No matter what they do. So let's hope that, I'm hoping it's not true. I really don't want it to be true, because that would just be like, damn, that's fucking crazy. Like, I don't think Keem's a good dude right now, especially. I don't think he's a good dude, but I wouldn't think that he'd be capable of being like a predator like that. I'm hoping like, being a pest, being a little pesty, sure, but I don't want to say that he's doing all that, but that's just because I don't hope that people actually are that bad, but there are people who are that bad. So I know that makes no sense. Again, not sweeping for Keem by a long shot. I'm just like, damn, man, another one, right? Like, I don't want to say that. I don't want to sit here and say, and another one. I'm getting tired of people getting exposed out here being sus, man. Like, can't people just stop thinking with the wrong heads? This is a good setup for something so far, but it's about what unfolds. Well, I had heard, right? Because obviously everyone's been, when this dropped, everyone was hitting me up. I'm like, fuck, man. Everyone's hitting me up. And I was like, yo, I sent a message to somebody. I was like, has Savage seen this? Because I think Savage was at Fat Camp. Like, that's why I was like, has Savage seen this? Because Savage was at Fat Camp, right? So I was told that there is more coming out. There's more tea to be spilled. I don't know what kind of tea. I don't know if it's going to involve any of this story, but from what I'm hearing, and again, take this information with a grain of salt, y'all. I don't want y'all to just hear what I say and run with it. Don't be like all these other people. Basically, what I am hearing is there might be some truth to what's being said. But I guess we'll see. I have no idea, because again, don't forget, this is Locale Universe. A lot of this shit's scripted. I really hope that they would not do this for fucking scripting and getting views, because that would be the most fucked up thing. This would be the most fucked up thing, dude. So I guess we'll see. I mean, man, this shit's fucking wild, man. I did not expect to be down this rabbit hole. Like, again. I thought the Andy Signor shit was done. Now it's fucking Keemstar. Like, what the fuck, man? Like, what the fuck? I really hope it's not true, but again, the people from behind the scenes are saying, I mean, there's a lot coming out about what happened at Fat Camp. So I don't know. I just guess we'll wait and see, and we'll just react to it as it comes out, because this shit's fucking wild. So I guess thanks Blinded Justice for actually putting something out, because we were getting kind of concerned. We were like, well, I don't know, man. You were taking a while, but I guess you were gathering some clips and stuff. But man, hopefully part 2's got something, because if part 2's anything like part 1, I don't know. Pepsi was framed. You guys think that whole Wings thing was a frame job? I don't know. It's not actually helpful, right? I mean, it puts a cause for why that call was made, I guess. It puts it makes me understand why somebody made that call. Wings wasn't framed. Shut the fuck up. You just want Wings to be guilty. Wings was framed, damn it. Nah, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I wasn't fucking there, dude. I wasn't fucking there. I wasn't there for none of this shit. This is all hearsay at this point. Until we see solid evidence, it's all hearsay. you know. And what YouTubers do is they cover this shit, and what I like to do is I like to fucking talk about it and see what happens. Wings is guilty. We saw. What do you mean? That wasn't actually his wife. It was a stunt double. You guys are lying. That wasn't even Wings' wife. You guys are tripping. It was stunted. It was fucking like WWE. What are you guys talking about? Wings never pushed his wife. Stunt double. No, I'm not joking about that. That shit was crazy. That shit was crazy. And that's what the really crazy part is. Like, I don't see Wings not like throwing a bow or a fucking punch. Like, that fight was so weak. Like, okay, we got two fucking grown dudes. This dude's like 3 times the size of Keemstar, just shoving him back and forth. And I'm sitting there like, just throw a punch. Why is no one throwing a punch? I mean, there's no weight loss at Fat Camp, is there? I mean, the first Fat Camp, they made Boogie and Wings do stuff, I guess. But, like, this time they really weren't. They were just lounging around and chilling and doing streams. So, I don't know. The part of Kelly was played by Todd. The part of Kelly was played by Todd, the Wings wife stunt double. Yeah, it was a stunt double. Go back and suck Wings' dick, you goddamn idiot. Lunchbox, we were joking. Lunchbox, why? What is going on? Yeah, what is going on? I'm sensing a disturbance of the force with you. You've been a little on edge today. You okay? Reach out to me and let me know if you're okay. I sense it. I sense something's up with you. Something's going on. You've been very, very testy today. So are you good? If you're not good, let me know. We'll talk about it, because I can see you're getting a little upset in the chat, and I sense something is wrong. So as a friend, I love you, buddy. Let me know if you're good, because I feel it. I feel it with you. And I hope that you are okay, but I can sense you got a little bit of a vibe going on, and I sense the aura is not good with you today. So if you're not okay, let me know what's going on. Invest in that motherfucker. Lunchbox, what is good? What is good with you? What happened? What is going on? I've never seen you this upset in my chat. What is going on? Talk to your girl. What happened? Who do I gotta feed to the gators for you? You let me know. You let me know who I gotta feed to the gators. You let me know who's pissing you off. And if it's me, I'll throw myself to the gators. I'll do that for you, I promise. But you gotta talk to me. And we were just joking about Wings. Come on now. Nobody's sitting here trying to think Wings is a saint. Cause yeah, that thing was wild. I still am like, I don't know, man. I'm looking back at that like still like, I don't know. I really hope he didn't mean to push his wife down like that, because she hit that table pretty hard. That was kind of crazy. I think when Susie said woke to lunch, you still on? Nah, it's not about that. Nah, it's not about that. I feel like something's up with Lunchbox. I sense my friend is not doing okay today, and I want to know what's up. Obviously, Wings is the one I'm blaming. Ray, that table was CGI. They CGI the table. Yeah. Nah, I know I know Wings' wife is okay. We saw her. She's alive. She's okay. I don't even know. I haven't followed. I don't know what Wings is doing, but I'm just like, this whole thing is crazy. Man, the local universe definitely paints people in a different light these days, man. I'm telling you. It paints people a different light. Todd is an industry CGI stunt person. I almost read that all wrong. I sent something in force. Yes, I sent something in forth with Lunchbox. I hope he's okay. See, I know this when my peoples are kind of different. I sense it. Lunchbox been on one today, and he's definitely just popping off in the chat. But we love Lunchbox, so I'm hoping that you're good, Lunchbox. You know that. I always hope you're good, Lunchbox. I respect my community. It might not be big, but it is mine. It is mine, and these are my people. And I love my people over here, and I respect my people. And I will not sexually harass my people unless they ask me to. Man, this whole thing is crazy. I have no idea what's gonna happen with Keemstar after this. I am looking forward to this though. So, with that said, I guess that's all I got, guys. I just want to do a stream and talk about it and react to it because, yeah, this is shut up, Mo Moon. Shut the hell up. I love everyone but Mo Moon. I love everyone but Mo Moon. Right. You guys have a great rest of your night. For real. I'm not going back and stream. And I might not stream tomorrow depending on what's gonna go on with this situation. This whole thing's fucking wild, man. I have no fucking words other than it's wild. You do realize you're gonna have to open up streams with "Do you want to sexually harass you today?" Oh man, do I have to sing it like in Frozen? Do you want sexual harassment? Come on, let's go and play. That's wild. Fucking Jesus, man. Whew. Jeez Louise. All right. Night, y'all. Yeah, you took my money. Yeah, I'll take your money. Of course I'll take your fucking money. I'm trying to end the stream. Why do you guys keep talking to me? What do you guys like? I'm trying to end my fucking show. Why do you guys keep talking to me? Why do you guys want to keep me here? I have nothing else to say. I love you too, Jillykins. Thank you, appreciate you. Oh, I'll vote yes often, but only from Ray. Wow. And don't put that on me now. I don't want to be getting accused of assaulting people, bro. I can't have that. I get called everything else. I'm still, still good on the not being accused of anything like that. So let's not start getting me accused of some shit. I'm not glazing anyone's face or anything, guys. I'm not gonna make you wear a blonde wig and call me daddy. If you want to do that, I'm not gonna tell you not to, but I'm not gonna ask you to do it. Just saying. I'm not gonna ask you to put on a blonde wig and let me glaze your face. You're gonna have to ask me if I can do that to you. So it's just not how I roll. Like, I don't want to chase you. I want you to chase me. I'm not the chaser. I'm not the predator. I want you to prey on me. I want you to prey on me. I want to be the one that gets preyed upon. Okay? That's not how I get down. It's not how I get down. You guys gotta come to me and want me, Just putting that out there. So that's why you'll never have to worry about that for me. I mean, unless you look like Ryan Reynolds, then I might get in trouble. I might go to jail. So I'm just gonna put that out there. If you look like Ryan Reynolds in Deadpool and you got the Deadpool card, I might go to jail. I will 100%. I'm just gonna put that out there right now. That's the only way you're gonna get me to do anything illegal to you. Is like if you look like Ryan Reynolds and you got the Deadpool costume, I'm going to jail 100%. So I think that you guys are good. I have not seen anyone who looks like Ryan Reynolds. So I think you're good. But if you do, I might be catching cases. Just saying. See, here's the thing. I'm trying to go. This motherfucker keeps talking shit, bro. Like, Ray, you're 4'9", and people still mistake you for high school. I'm not 4'9". Why do you keep putting out misinformation, Mo Moon? You have not seen me. How do you know how tall I am? I'm not 4'9". I'm 5'3". Okay? I'm short, but not that short. You're the one who's 4'9", and you trying to make it seem like I'm short. I've seen you, Mo Moon. You look shorter than me. I don't want to hear this. You're just trying to deflect because you're fucking shorty. You just mad because they didn't cast you as Snow White and the 7 people. We can't call them that word anymore because, it's not politically correct. You're just mad. It's okay if you're mad that they didn't cast you in Snow White. They didn't even call them dwarfs. They called them friggin' mystical creatures. So, they wouldn't have cast you anyway. They CGI'd them. So, I don't know why you're mad at me. You're putting your anger towards me. It's misguided anger. You're mad because they didn't cast you as a dwarf. I'm so sorry. We only grow until we reach perfection. Thank you. Misinformation. You're trying to tell me Matt lied. How would Matt Jarbo know how tall I am? Matt's never met me in person. How would Matt Jarbo know? And and why would you believe him and then spread misinformation? Yes, he did lie to you. It is misinformation, Momo. You know what? Take your 99 cents back. I'm refunding you 99 cents. Anyways, guys, I got to run. It's late. Y'all have a good one. Behave yourselves. And stay away from glazed donuts, y'all. It's not good for you. What am I going to end with? What song y'all want to hear tonight? And I don't know. I don't know what I want to end with. I got so many AI songs now. It's kind of crazy. Here, we'll do this one. This one's a banger.
Ranking Ranger, old enough to know better, Power Ranger, old enough to know better, Green Ranger. Said you about to save the Power Rangers. He said he about to save the Power Rangers. And you've gone too far, living in a fantasy of lying, and you don't stop lying. Ranking Ranger, old enough to know better, Power Ranger. Old enough to know better, Green Ranger. Said you about to save the Power Rangers. He said he about to save the Power Rangers. Yeah, you've gone too far, living in a fantasy of lying, and you don't stop lying. Yeah. Ranking Ranger, old enough to know better, Power Ranger. Old enough to know better, Green Ranger. Said you about to save the Power Rangers. He said he about to save the Power Rangers. Gone too far, living in a fantasy of lying, and you don't stop lying. Yeah. Ranking Ranger,